Our collective party finds themselves in the small town of Vale's End. Having lost contact with the surrounding area, a few townsfolk have reported attempting to leave town only to hear 5 knocks before finding themselves back the path into town. You have been the chosen few, whether through grace or most likely voluntelling, to uncover what's happening in Vale's End and just what is keeping folks inside the town's perimeters. You know of a few people in town. There is Zia, the Tengu mayor, Kamchar, the Leshy barkeep, Notada, who is a Kitsune blacksmith, Dolbrier, the kobold baker, and Borgin, the orc farmer. All have attempted to leave, and all have returned back to town.
Well, I think that I know all of you, but it has been a little while since our paths have crossed. I am Scoobert of House Dew, and this is my trusty squire. And I'll point over to Lynn's character.
No, geez, Scoob. My name is Shag Nasty. Oh, no. Shaggiest.
God damn it. Off to a start.
How high is your squire?
Oh, I think he's about 6'2". He's much taller than me. I can't see up that far.
I step out of the cloud that I'm in. Of, smoke.
And you dwarf, what was your name again?
I'm Theodoric. You can call me Theo, and this is my companion here, Beartholomew. You have to use his full name.
Beartholomew, heard. And I see. And the lovely corn woman. What was your name?
You talking to me? The name's Candy. Yes. Candy Corn.
Why do they call you Candy?
It's a pleasure, because I'm sweet. Can't you tell?
No, I can. I see it now. I see it.
Sweet as sugar, honey. As long as I got a pack of cob malls, I'm a happy camper.
Noted. And the fair mushroom. What was your name?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Sporaline.
I see. Well, with the information that has been provided, I see a few potential leads. Should we all approach as a indomitable horde, or would it be best to split up and tackle these as we go?
I say let's go as a horde.
As a horde.
I agree with that. People don't like talking to me, Beartholomew.
Beartholomew seems incredibly charming. What do you mean?
Oh, he is. I'm not.
Oh, I see. I should have known. The dwarf. Yes, of course. And Scoobert will lift up their visor his visor, and you see a small shoony pug face with his tongue sticking out of the side of his mouth. He's like, well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Do we want to go to the mayor, or do we want to go to the blacksmith? Is anybody hungry? We could possibly go bother the barkeep or the baker.
I could use some food.
It doesn't make a difference to me. Maybe we should start with the farmer, since he has the only name I'm sure I can pronounce.
Borgin. Understood. Of course. And Scoobert will slam down his visor with a clunk and start marching off in the wrong direction.
Excellent. Put my hand on your and turn you around.
Yes,
so
of course. I meant to go this way.
Of course you did. I'll give you a head pat. and pull out a spliff and light it with my finger using ignition.
Nice. And so I guess we make our way over to Borgen.
You know I want to hit that. Let me hit that.
I will pass it around.
A little puff pass
Yeah.
to make the walk easier. And yeah, you do find Borgen faithfully tending to his small field and nods as you all approach. Something I can help you with today?
You see Scoobert's knees shake just a little bit at the size of the orc and just the absolute unit that he is. Doesn't look like he wants to talk.
That's fair. And yeah, Borgen is quite large, standing at almost 7 feet tall. He definitely has the muscles to represent that he tills this field himself.
You're an absolute unit, sir. Do you mind? And do you mind? And I'll reach to like feel his biceps.
And he will lean down a little bit. I mean, yeah, it's like the third person today, but all right.
I mean, when you're a beefcake, this is just an occupational hazard, right? And I'll pass the spliff over.
You just hear, yeah, I needed that. It's gonna get me through my afternoon, you know. We got new fields, gotta keep growing crops since we can't fucking leave.
Yeah, what's up with that? It's a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to go and get more seeds, and, you know, thankfully, I keep a store. But don't tell anyone, like, I gotta get the money from them to go buy more. Gotta keep the money flowing. But all of a sudden, you just, you know, you walk, and he gestures about 300 feet away. You can see the cleared edge of his field right against the forest. And he like knocks on his head 5 times. It doesn't make too much of a sound. You just hear all the knocking, and then, you know, he ended up way back over there and gestures to the other side of town.
Like some sort of loop?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like if you walk right out there, you end up way over there. But if you walk in way over there, you end up in the middle of my field, and I'm gonna fucking yell at people.
How long does it take for you to reappear?
I don't know. I've never counted before.
Well, I mean, was it vaguely the same time of day, or, you know, later?
Yeah, I mean, it was still sunny out. Like, we can. I mean, do you want to test it? And he picks up probably 10-inch round rock. He's like, I can just huck this over there. Find out.
Yeah,
it works on rocks too, not just people.
Maybe. And just leans back and fucking whips it across the field.
Jesus Christ.
And
just threw 300 feet.
You see the rock shatter against one of the trees a couple feet into the forest. Guess not.
Hold that thought. And Shaggiest takes off running towards the edge of the field.
You know what? Maybe get more information before. Yeah, fuck it.
Scoobert just hops onto Shaggiest's back and rides.
Excellent. All right, so sprinting towards the edge of the forest, you just hear before you are teleported to the other side of town. As far as you can tell, no time has passed.
Do just they hear it, or does everyone hear it?
Just the people going into the forest hear it. So it would just be Scoobert and Shaggiest at the moment.
Do you want to stop by the baker and get some bread for a snack? Shaggiest, before we head back?
Yeah, buddy. Now you're talking.
And so we'll just go grab bread and be like, we'll be back to talk in just a second. And then we're going to go meet up with the rest of the group, whatever they're talking about, however long that takes.
All right, so it's about a 10-minute walk back. So for the rest of the group, as Borgin is standing with you, is like, so while we wait, you gonna like help?
Yeah. What you need?
I mean, there's that row over there. You see that little green sign with the orange little slashy thing? Can you go?
Orange little slashy thing.
Yeah, that's where the carrots are, and we gotta pull some up today.
Yeah. I'll happily go pull up some carrots.
All right. That'll help. You know, mucking about in the field. Might as well lend a hand.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know anything else about the teleporting? Like it makes a noise and then you're over there and that's pretty much it?
Yeah, I mean the teleporting's a new one for me. I've never really done the magic thing, so that's a little weird. You get a little sick the first time if you're not used to it, but I don't know, that it sounds catchy, and Borgin will attempt to recreate the sound. And I believe, Sporaline, you are a bard, correct?
Yes, I am.
Can you make a performance check for me to see if you recognize the tune?
Can both bards do that?
Yeah. Sorry, I did not realize we had a second bard. Yeah, go for it.
She's the second bard.
Don't. I'm the Mary.
Oh,
You're the Rhoda.
Look, I don't really care who the Alpha Bard is. Can either of you identify the tune?
Damn, maybe I am the Rhoda.
Yeah, so Candy, it's a tune you've heard of before called Shave and a Haircut. And you know that after those 5 notes, there is supposed to be 2 responding knocks.
Gotcha. It's that old tune. It's that old tune, guy. You know, shaving a hair. Anybody know? Nobody knows it. I guess I'm the only one that knows it.
We don't speak those words.
You don't speak music.
You don't shave.
Oh,
well, while you guys are pulling carrots, I'm gonna go try something. And Candy is gonna go over to about where. Oh wait, I don't know if I want to do this by myself. Anybody want to come with me? I got an experiment we can try.
Sporaline's getting really tired of pulling the carrots because they're like half the size of her body. So
Fair.
I'll go help you as long as it doesn't involve the S word.
I'll go.
Is that like the most insulting song for Thedric?
I don't know about the most insulting, but it's probably up there.
Fair. All right. Candy, what is your idea?
Okay. I want to go over, and when I hear the notes, I want to respond with the last 2 notes.
Okay.
And see if that does anything.
Are you telling your companions what you're doing?
Yes, I think that's what Candy's conveying. It's an old song. It goes like this. Da 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 da. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna see what happens if you finish the line.
Sporaline's gonna go with her.
Okay.
All right. I'll come with you and we'll see what's going on.
All right, so walking to the edge of the forest, you begin to hear the notes and prepare yourself to knock. Now, who Is everyone knocking?
Sporaline
You guys
will knock.
want to knock with me?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I thought you two had
This
the
is how you
instruments
do it.
before.
This is how you do it. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of musical ability. Da-da!
Sporaline rolls her eyes.
You walk to the edge of the woods, and you hear the...
And we do the knock. We do the 2 responses.
All right, so Candy and Theodric, you said you don't?
No, I just kind of sigh. I take 2 copper and I toss them on the ground.
Okay. Roll a D100 for me. So, Candy and Sporaline, you knock in response, knocking twice. And Theodric, as you toss the 2 coins, you hear them clank against each other appropriately, and find yourselves walking deeper into the forest.
Ah, see? It's not the noise, it's the toll. There's a toll now. It's a toll forest.
So, slightly ahead of you in the woods, you can see a broken down house amidst the trees that, as far as you know, it's not something that's always been there. You've all roamed the area pretty faithfully, and usually traveling out of Borgen's farm, you head through the woods for about 5-10 minutes, and then reach a road. No house. No nothing.
I was going to ask if we could still see the farm behind us through the trees.
Yeah, so you are slightly further into the woods than you would think for taking just a couple steps. You're about 100 feet in, but you can still see the edge of the farm and Borgen hard at work pulling up carrots.
Could I cast Know the Way?
Yeah.
I guess that would only tell me what's north, not necessarily like...
No, you can choose a
Where we're
location
going.
you were at within the last 24 hours and learn what direction it lies.
Okay.
So you are able to establish that north would lead you parallel to the building in the woods and Borgen's farm.
Okay.
That house shouldn't be there. Anyone else think that house shouldn't be there?
It's definitely
I don't
got
know.
kind of a weird house vibe. I feel like I can smell the cigarettes from it from here.
That's just me, sweetie.
Oh, okay.
Candy is just plain smoking, and the smoke is like just kind of coming out from below her corn husk body, like just trailing out.
You think we should go back for the dog and his man?
I think so.
All right. I start walking back towards the farm.
Is the bartender and the bakery like close to each other? Is the bar and the bakery close to each other? Is it like a 2-in-1?
Oh, I mean, everything in this town is real close. The town as a whole is maybe 15 buildings.
Cool. When we meet up, I'd like to behold double fisting L's
Okay.
while chewing on like a croissant.
Croissant.
A croissant.
Alright, so you arrive back to the farm to see your friends approaching from the woods, appearing have made it through the tree line successfully.
See, that's just not fair. You know?
What?
We tried.
How? Yeah, we.
Oh, I paid the toll. It's a toll forest.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
It's the magic of music, kids.
You know, this
That
whole
also makes
thing.
sense.
This whole thing feels very Fey-like.
So what was on the other side?
Creepy house that shouldn't be there.
Okay. Perhaps we should talk to a few other people before we go out there.
All right, if you think, they're gonna. Well, wait a minute. He has baked goods. Did he talk to the baker?
We told Dobrir we'll be back.
So you just got some food and you didn't, ask questions.
I needed a snack.
We're hungry. Jeez.
What? Come on.
I guess multitasking isn't a strength.
Multi what?
It's when you do more than one. You know what? Let's just whatever.
I walk and breathe all the time. I'll have you know.
Listen, you're using a lot of words that I don't understand, and if you keep it up, we're gonna take it as disrespect. So,
Should we go ask the farmer about the house?
Yeah, why not? We're here. We may as well do that since we can do two things at the same time.
Well, this is doing one thing now.
No, see? I'm walking and breathing. And talking.
See?
That's three things. That's three things.
Wow.
The triple task has been completed.
The what?
Hey, Morgan, you know anything about a creepy house in the woods?
No, there hasn't been any new buildings or anything. Why? Somebody building illegally out there.
It didn't look new, so, no. But hey, maybe it's a toll forest now, so maybe, they're just slowly constructing it, but no one's paying the toll, so it looks run down.
Yeah. Morgan, did you know you just have to throw 2 copper pieces and you get through every time?
Yep, worked 100% of the time.
100. Oh,
I tried it once.
Seems silly. I gotta pay money to walk into the free woods.
It's probably a druid thing. They heard about toll roads from other people. Now it's a toll forest to maintain the forest.
can I make a roll to see if there's any truth behind that?
You're a druid. You would know.
Yeah. I mean, I figured as much, but...
That was an improv moment, Lynn.
Okay. I don't think it was the druids. There aren't that many around here.
Well, it takes like 1 or 2, right?
I think it was a fae of some sort. That's my money on. That's what I'm betting on.
Why would a fae need a toll forest?
Hey, Sporalino, what do you think it is?
What do I think it is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a
one of them
house.
fairy things, right?
Yeah. I didn't check to see what it was.
No, like, just what's your, Theo, what's the big word for what you think it is?
It's a house.
No. Who do you think's behind the house?
More woods.
God damn it.
I mean, she's right.
Maybe there's a garden?
What about you, Candy? What do
We
you think?
should check to see if they have a swimming pool. God.
Oh, we can do that next time. Wait, but Candy, what do you think it is?
What, the mechanic?
Who's the mechanic?
The mechanic of how to get to the house? Is that what you're asking me?
No, I'm asking you, who do you think's responsible?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anybody in this town.
And
I know if we don't get moving on this, I'm going to go out there and flick a butt in the woods, and we won't have this problem at all.
Maybe it's a Veronica. I've never met a good Veronica.
Yeah, so we'll bid our goodbye to Borgin unless he has anything else to say to us.
No, Borgin just kind of nods his head and goes back to picking carrots out of the field. And you swiftly move away as Borgin doesn't really have aim when he hucks carrots behind him.
Run! Run for your lives! So, I mean, we had some of these croissants. They were pretty good. You want to grab a snack and we can talk to Dobrir?
Get some croissants.
I kind of want to know, while everybody goes and talks to the rest of the people in town, I'm curious, can I go over to the opposite side of town and do the knocking thing there and see if I end up at the same house?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So whatever we do first doesn't matter, but that's what Candy's going to do.
Okay. So, as the party heads towards Dolbrier, you walk into this small, very warm bakery. Even for a building with an excessively large oven, it's well over 100 degrees in this building.
What is that in Celsius?
I don't fucking know, Cam.
It's 10.
That's not right.
Okay, well,
Yeah, just asking for our foreign listeners.
It is 37.7 degrees Celsius.
Okay, what is it in Calvin, though? Asking for
For
my
the
scientist.
scientists. For the scientists.
310 degrees Kelvin.
Okay.
Actually, Matt, adjust glasses. Visor slips down. It'd be 311.
Yeah. Listen, rounding is hard. I did all my number math today.
that's why people are listening to this.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
they really like to know the exact degrees of an imaginary bakery.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's it in Ranking scale?
Oh my gosh. Let's move on.
Google does not have that conversion.
So, Scoobert just instantly starts panting, just...
No chocolate for this one.
Oh, come on. You'll never let
Sorry.
me try.
No.
I could be one of those dogs that's not allergic.
We're just not going to risk it, buddy.
Oh. And Scoobert kicks at a small pebble on the ground.
I never get to have fun.
And Dolbrier runs out, hearing you panting. Is like, hey, no, go on, no, stop it! Don't you get anything in here wet? You're gonna ruin my flower.
But the flower's supposed to get wet.
No, not till it's ready.
Oh, sorry.
As this small, very excited red kobold moves about the space, bits of flour and dough stuck to them. As like, oh, so you came for the croissants and you ran around earlier, and now you came back and you brought all your friends. So you want more bread? You want more croissants? You want bacon? Did you say chocolate?
Yeah, chocolate, please.
No chocolate. No chocolate.
Oh, come on.
No chocolate.
I mean, I got these new chocolate puffs. They're pretty good. They're not a lot of chocolate, just a little bit of chocolate.
They can't.
He works.
They can't. You're gonna kill him.
No, it'll be fine.
Shoney's aren't good with that kind of stuff.
All right. I mean, I don't want to do any murder. I just want to give somebody baked goods. I mean, if they want a specific kind of baked good, like...
It wouldn't be murder. It would be manslaughter at most.
I'm just saying, there is a selection of baked goods, which, there's a little chocolate ones just sitting right over there on the counter, and I gotta go in the back and do something quick, but what can I help you with? And you just hear a huge as he refills his lungs.
We were told to talk to you because you tried to leave town, but you couldn't leave town. Can you tell us about that?
Oh yeah, I did try to leave town, and I couldn't leave town, and there was knocking, and then I came back into town, and I was over on Bergen's farm, and he got real mad, and he threw me across the farm, and, it's fine, because I stole some weed along the way, and I don't have to pay him for it, but, you're not going to tell him about that, are you?
No.
Depends on how much weed you got from him.
No, wheat.
Wheat.
Oh, my
Why,
bad.
has he got weed?
I heard that wrong too.
I wonder if he's grown any of that on his farm.
Hey, Baker. Do you know anything about the weird house in the woods, Baker?
A weird house in the woods? Is there more people coming? I don't have to bake so many more things. Do we need a celebration cake for a new person in town?
Scoobert just starts getting super excited about this new person that might be coming up.
All right, so we need a new celebration cake. It's got to be at least 5 tiers. It's got to be bigger than me. I mean, maybe it's got to be... And start sizing people up, like going and standing next to you and standing on his tippy toes.
Right. Well, do you know anything more about the leaving and not leaving in the mysterious house?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was leaving, and then I wasn't leaving, and then you told me about this mysterious house, and you got these strange people in here, and there's this weird, you got this buddy just leaking all over everywhere, and he just stares at your tongue lolling out as you pant.
Yeah, alright.
I slam the visor shut on my helmet.
There's a lot of weird to go around. I'm just saying.
But we're the first weird characters that you've seen in a little bit, or outside of us, have you seen any, anybody else who's equally weird or more weird?
I mean, no, I do think Zia's a little weird, but, birds. You ever see Zia try to, build a little fort or go camping? It's hilarious. I mean, there's no understanding about how to make a little, they call it a nest, I call it a pile of sticks, they get really offended.
Yeah, that's it makes sense. That's could be a cultural insult, you know what I mean?
How many times did you accidentally light his nest on fire thinking it was, the fire pit?
So it's the thing, it's not even really a fire pit, it's just they picked up 1 or 2 sticks and just tossed them at the ground. And then, they laid on top of them, and they're like, this is so very comfortable. I have my very own nest. Blah, 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 blah.
I get it. He's a city bird.
God damn it.
Yeah, one of them pigeon folk? I don't understand. It's not really a nest. It's not really a bed.
Why is it so exceptionally hot in here?
Yeah.
Is there a reason?
I'm comfortable. I don't know about you.
Oh, this is just you just like this.
I mean, sometimes I go and just hang out underneath or in the oven while stuff cooks. Heat doesn't really bother me. It feels really nice. You get that heat warmth in your bones, and you can hug people, or you ever get really, really warm and shake somebody's hand, and then they go and run away, but then you realize they didn't actually pay for any of the baked goods, and you scared yourself out of some money.
I've never done that, no.
Scoobert just shakes his head no as Sporalina. It's nope.
Mm-mm.
Right. Well, okay. Anyone else have any questions? Because it sounds like that's all we're getting here.
Oh, can I get chocolate?
If he goes to hand it to Scoobert, Shaggiest will slap it out of the hand. No.
Oh, come on.
That is
Just
a
this
perfectly good chocolate eclair, and you just slapped
It's okay.
it on
I'll
the
eat it
floor.
off the floor. I'll eat it off the floor.
I'll
It's
pick
fine.
it up off the floor and shove it all in my mouth before Scoobert can grab it.
No.
And Scoobert will flip over a couple copper pieces to pay for it, and then hang his head dejectedly as his visor slams shut because he tilted his head forward.
All right, well, at least you paid for it. So, I mean, I don't know nothing about no weird people, but if you find out there's new people, and you gotta tell me what flavor they like so I can make the appropriate cake. We gotta be welcoming. We gotta have new friends. We can't have what happened last time somebody tried to visit our town.
What happened last time?
Scoobert nods solemnly, pretending like he knows.
So last time, we had this new person in town, and they were super nice, and we made this really big cake, and it turns out that, I really like coconut cake. Turns out they fucking hate it, and they smashed the cake, and we chased them out of town, because fuck you, that's not how you behave. That's not how you act in a civilized society. You don't destroy somebody's baked goods. But it's
Just
fine.
because you don't like the flavor. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a little rude.
And then they never came back.
Was it your cake or was it their cake?
So, I mean, I made it.
For them, though, right?
Yeah, but fuck them. You know how much work I put into that?
So, Candy, are you familiar with Comshire? The barkeep? It just, with your bardic expertise that you've displayed so well, I figured that you might have played there at some point.
Same question to Sporalina.
No. Not that I know of.
Okay.
Should I check?
Yeah, we can walk that way.
So as you make your way towards the local bar, Candy, you reach the edge of the forest and similarly begin to hear and do your responding to knocks. And despite all appearances, you do indeed find yourself back at the house in the woods.
Well,
This time, on the other side of it, looking from the far entrance, you can see past the house and onto Borgen's farm.
well, this is interesting. And, okay, so before, when we looked back, we could see Borgen. If I look behind me now, can I see the other side of town?
No. Looking behind you now, you just see more forest.
Okay. Okay, I think Candy's gonna be like, well, this is an interesting development. And just warps, attempt to warp step however many times I have to get around the house and back towards town.
You speed your way back through town,
Okay.
flashing in and out of focus as you warp step.
Okay. And I just want to meet back up with everybody. I guess they'll be on their way to the bar.
Okay, yeah, so you encounter the group as they step out of Dolbrier's bakery and turn to approach the local watering hole.
Guys, crazy thing. You go out
Yeah.
that side of town, you end up behind the house.
What?
It's like a loop. I don't know. It's some kind of loop. You go out this side, you're in front of the house. You go out that side, you're behind the house. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But it seems weird to me.
I'm
Is
not
it-
a scientist either.
Is it definitely the same house, or is it two houses?
100% the same house. Had to come around the front to get back into town. 100% the same.
Theo, are you a scientist?
No?
Okay. Sporaline, are you a scientist?
No, but I got some spells where I could, I don't know, maybe try to detect some magic, read some auras, see what's going on.
That's good. We'll keep that in the back pocket for now. Do we want to go talk to the barkeep or the mayor, or...
I would love a drink as I finish the second
Ale.
I was I was double fisting.
They let you just take the cups out? Like, usually they're not...
They didn't
whatever.
really say anything to me as I put them in my backpack.
That's fair. We're local. They know us.
Yeah, I'll give them back. I'll give them back.
Yeah.
I'll give them back.
So we will go ahead and head to... What's the name of the local watering hole?
The local watering hole is called Bucket Deep.
Thought you were going to be really sassy and just say the local watering hole. Local watering hole. And I was ready for it.
I was actually expecting the chum bucket.
God damn it. So it's called, what is it? What? Deep? What?
It's called
Sorry.
Bucket Deep,
Bucket Deep, okay.
and it is run by Kamchar, who is a vine leshy. And as you step in the door, she turns and looks at you, Shaggiest, and sends vines out towards you, the leaves on them shaking. And what you can tell is frustration.
Whoa. I'll speak. Is she speaking? Is she a druid? Do I know that if she's a druid or not?
She is not a druid, but she is using plant mannerisms to communicate. So you would understand it as druidic.
In druidic, I'll respond with my hands up and like, whoa, buddy. What's going on?
Shaggiest, you're not supposed to teach non-druids druidic.
She responds with a vibration of leaves pointing towards the door and her vines curling into the shape of a mug.
Oh,
And just
I'll pull
glares at you.
I'll pull them out and I'll like grab my shirt and like, stick it in there to like clean it up, and I'll pass it back to her. Like, here you go. Sorry.
And little flowers blossom along the vines as she grabs a hold of the mug and sets them back behind the counter.
You think I can get another one? And I like raise my eyebrows.
She watches for a minute, waiting to see how far up on your face you can get your eyebrow.
My eyebrows disappear into my bangs.
As she slaps a well-worn sign on the counter that says, coin first, drink second.
Okay, I'll reach into my pocket and grab a handful of coins and drop them out. I don't really look.
Fair. And she will pull out beverages, at least mugs, for everyone. And begins to take a cluster of vines and point at each of you in succession, and then point at an empty mug, indicating that she wants to know what you would like to drink.
I would like, if you don't mind, Sporaline is just going to reach one of her little flaps into her flap pocket, get a little coin, put it on the counter. And she's going to say, if you don't mind, I would like a Casa Azul refrigerated. Can I get a powdered cinnamon on the rim and also just a burnt orange on the rim of the glass? Thank you so much.
That sounds delicious.
That does sound kind of good.
good.
I'm not going to lie. And you see a bunch of vines sprout from her back, reaching for different bottles and containers on the shelves behind her. As she makes eye contact with you, Spirulina, very briefly, before small flowers blossom where her cheeks would be, and she looks away.
Aww.
Oh, I'll get her one too. I'll put another coin on that counter. Like, here, I'll get yourself a drink.
And in the process, another cup is pulled out, and another mixed drink is poured before she moves on to Theo.
I'll just have a dark ale and Beartholomew in the bucket.
And you see the Vine Leshy immediately reach under the counter and pull up this blacked out bottle before you say Beartholomew will have a bucket. And the leaves all along her vined body begin to shake as she turns and looks at this just fucking bear in the doorway. Before reaching for a bucket, looking back at Beartholomew, giving as close an approximation as vines can to shrugging, and filling it with water, and pushing a couple fish inside, before trailing the bucket over towards him.
That's hospitality right there.
Yes, I would like a stout with crumbled doggy treats, please.
Yeah. The interesting requests, as you watch, and she kind of thumbs at a floorboard to the side of the bar before lifting up this broken wooden bowl and pulls it over to her body. And you see like a chin scratch from several vines as she attempts to consider what is a doggy treat.
Chocolate. We love chocolate.
No chocolate.
Oh.
No chocolate.
Before reaching behind her and grabbing a stout, and then hearing no chocolate, moves and just pulls a ham leg out of a box of colding and sets it on the counter in front of you.
Scoobert will just take off his helmet and stow it in his backpack as he just absolutely, like, just the most puggest of pugs digs into this ham.
Just face first, just
Yeah.
amazing. And Candy.
I've been having cigarettes for dinner, so I'll just take a nice dessert wine. You got any port?
Kamchar will pull up 4 different bottles because you asked for port, but also asked for dessert wine, and pulls out 2 slim bottles of very, very chilled ice wine, a bottle of cranberry wine, and a lightly chilled bottle of port, and just gestures over the top of them.
You knew exactly what I wanted, and Candy's just gonna like throw some silver on the table and chuck her cigarette butt into the port, and then just start guzzling all 3 intermittently.
And the vines reach around and collect all the coins as you hear them all clank into a bowl behind the counter, before reaching towards another worn sign that says, "So, how can I help?"
Well, we were told that you couldn't leave town, but you tried to leave town, and we wanted you to tell us about that.
And her head nods as she points to another sign that says, "I don't have a sign for that," and begins to pull out a quill and parchment and write. In beautiful calligraphy, you see in front of you, Kamchar has written, "Yes, I attempted to leave town. However, I was unsuccessful despite trying to leave from several different locations. I've heard of others attempting to leave. I even had Borgin try to hold a vine and hammer throw me out into the woods, and it did not work."
Ah, interesting. Well, I figured out it's a toll forest. If you give it 2 copper, it'll take you to the creepy house.
And she pauses for a moment, scratching at her chin, before slapping the sign that says "No refunds."
So tell me, sweetie, is there anybody in town who's not real concerned about the current situation?
And she will immediately point right back at you, Candy.
I was gonna
Hey,
say
I'm out
also Shaggiest looks around like shifty eyes like
Hey, I'm out there in the woods cracking codes, okay? If everybody just wants to leave, there's a house out there we can go party in. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
I do kind of want to go see what's in the house. Candy, did you see a way to get in the house? Did Candy like?
It's a
proceed
house.
to
It's got doors, windows, all kinds of ways.
Mm.
What about a chimney? I'm sorry, I haven't seen the house, so I'm at a loss.
I'm kind of short. I don't know if there was a chimney, but if you want to play Santa Claus, you can scramble up there and find out for yourself, sweetie.
Is it a double decker?
Is it a double decker?
No, it is.
Is the house 2 stories? Is the crumbling hut in the woods 2 stories tall? I don't think so.
No. Does it have 2 decks? Like, that's how you know it's a party house.
God.
God damn it, Cam.
It's not a party house until Candy's in there, okay?
Fucking amazing. Oh, fuck.
All right. I mean, do we want to go talk to the mayor? You said a crumbling house made of sticks, and that sounds kind of what Tolbert told us, maybe? Or do you want to just go check out the house and, knock on the door and... Oh, maybe they have chocolate.
And Scoobert will reach into his pack and put on his helmet. You just hear faint panting from inside.
Kamchar will reach to another sign behind the bar and hold it up before tapping it on the counter. And it just says, "Fuck around and find out."
I like you.
She dips her head a little bit. One flower forming at the crown of her head, like a little hat.
Beautiful.
You're a little sweetie. Okay, let's go see the mayor.
Wait.
For the mayor's house.
Sporaline, I thought that you and her had a little, as we're walking out, like, I thought you and her had a little, I saw those flower blush.
Yeah, we might get a little thing going. Maybe I'll come see her after I find out what's going on in this scary, mysterious house in the middle of the woods. But before I go, I'm just going to give her I'm just going to look at her over my shoulder and just wink and be like, remember me? And then walk out.
Before you walk out, as you turn and wink at her, you see a vine that is poised to tap on your shoulder as you are just about to cross the threshold, with one fully formed blossom at the end of it. And she holds it towards you as an indication to take it.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm just going to take it and say thank you. I'm guessing I know your hours because you're literally the only bartender in town.
And
So
she slaps a sign next to the door that says, "Open unless I'm not."
I respect
okay.
that.
Yes. Boundaries appreciated.
Looks like you were right, Scoobert. Love is in bloom.
Scoobert's tail wags.
I remember being a young Leshy and popping a few kernels off for the girls.
Scoobert looks at Shaggy. What does that mean?
I'm just gonna nod and smile. I'm not sure, man.
And Scoobert nods and smiles. His visor clank, 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 clank as his head moves.
Sporaline just gonna walk out, kind of floating,
And Scoobert will just kind of lead along the party to the mayor.
To the mayor.
What's the mayor's house look like?
The mayor's house is an old Gothic manor, clearly built quite some time ago. It is a very unique piece of architecture in this town, in that it doesn't fucking belong. It looks like the Addams Family house in medieval times neighborhood. Also, Sporaline, that flower, when consumed, works as a barkskin potion. It is currently in your inventory.
I knew it was something cool. Thank you.
So, as you approach the mayor's house, you hear a "Meow" from up top, and a flutter of wings before a heavy thud as Xia lands on the ground in front of you, unceremoniously, still not accepting that they cannot fly.
What kind of bird does Xia look like?
Xia strongly resembles a pigeon.
Is Xia the mayor?
Yes.
Okay.
And as they bob their head back and forth, you hear, "So, going on? Good stuff? Bad stuff? A lot of you people here? Hey, didn't we ask you to do something?"
Yeah.
And Scoobert just gets tongue-tied and flummoxed.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're asking the people who couldn't leave town what it was like to not leave town. And you're one of the people who couldn't leave town. So what was it like to not leave town?
I mean, yeah, I tried to leave town. Went to do the thing, gotta do that mayor thing. Gotta be the cool mayor. Just bobbing along, living life. And then, get some sticks and stuff for our camping excursion on Borgen's farm. Gotta build a good nest. Gotta have someplace to sleep at night. Other than our houses.
Why other than your houses?
Well, it's not camping if you stay in your house, right?
I mean, it's not camping if you sleep on the farm either. But yeah, all right.
I mean, where do you camp?
In the woods, like miles from here.
Well, funny thing about that, we can't get in the woods right now, so farm camping it is.
You can get in. You just have to pay the toll. It's 2 copper, and it takes you to the creepy house.
2 copper and a creepy house? Man, they better be paying their taxes. You know what? Would you mind collecting from them while you're out there? The town funds are getting a little light.
How much does the creepy house owe?
That's a good question. Have to send a assessor out there, see what the house is worth, see what they can afford to pay. Let's start with 5 gold if they're collecting fees from people to get into the woods.
Don't you have, people for that, tax collectors?
Yeah, you. Congratulations. And we'll pluck a feather off their arm and just kind of loft it towards you, and it in no way reaches you as it flutters to the ground.
Oh, congrats on the promotion, Theo.
Oh, yeah, alright, great. What's the salary on that?
We can talk about salary later. This is it's like a family business. We're here to really support each other.
I'm a dwarf.
I immediately want to burn down this mayor's house.
So you're saying we're working
No wonder
for
you can't fly
exposure right
passing
now?
feathers out like that.
Well, what he's saying, and I'm going to bend down and pick up what he threw at me, is that it would be a feather in your cap, and I'll just tuck it into the shootie's helmet, if you were to work for him.
No thanks. I'd shoe boots, not lick them.
Oh, he doesn't wear boots. Look at his bird feet.
I see.
Yeah.
And Scoobert is disgusted.
It's all fine, man. We'll work it out when you come back with the gold. We'll talk about your cut. See what percentage works. Just go find out what's going on in that house.
I'm just saying that Comchar has a pay first, drink later policy, and I think that's a good idea in this situation.
Yeah, well, Comchar's not the mayor, so, and just kind of murk at you.
Scoobert flinches.
Oh, well, okay. I guess that's enough here.
Out of curiosity, is this mayor thing hereditary or elected?
I don't know, I just, I showed up here and walked in the house, and then people started calling me the mayor. Now I'm in charge.
Oh, declarative. All right, I got it. It's declarative. All right. Yeah, I think that's all we need here, right? We can go see the blacksmith, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that bird is weird.
As we're walking away, Candy's going to tell Scoobert, if this doesn't work out, we can make you some good treats out of those chicken feet back there.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking that if it's declarative mayorship, maybe you 2 bards get together and make a song, and then be so catchy that the town would elect Beartholomew mayor.
Oh, we could have a bear mare.
Yeah.
Nobody says no
that.
to candy corn. You want it done, it's done, honey. Well, let's just see how this goes.
Yeah, sounds good. It's like that town, 4 towns over where they got a cat mayor.
Oh, yeah, it's like that one, 3 towns north where they said we're not going to collect taxes and we're not going to do any form of government, and then they had bears everywhere.
That's
This is a real thing that happened. Google it.
Does anyone know Natata? Natata? Tata?
Is that the blacksmith?
That is the
No,
blacksmith.
Yeah, the blacksmith, yeah.
No, I've never met her. Natata, Natato.
Potato.
For living here, we apparently don't get
Oh, we had a different blacksmith when I got my armor, so I'm not familiar. I think.
Do we know the gender or pronouns?
Any, because as a kitsune, Natada notoriously shifts forms to whatever is most pleasing so that they can charge whatever the fuck they want.
Nice.
Sweet.
I like her. She's team bag. Get that bag, and I'm about it.
Get that bag.
So we'll mosey towards the sound of hammer strikes and see what we find, I guess.
Yeah, so hammers fall as Natada holds a paper blueprint for several weapons, and each tail on their body hefts a hammer and slams it down on an anvil. Before he turns and looks at all of you, face shifting through a series, before locking eyes on Theo. And their form shifts as they turn into a squat dwarven woman, a long gray and brown beard intertwined with a ponytail. Just one tail showing. So, come for some wares, come for some time together, some comfort, some warmth.
Well, I might be back for that. That's very tempting. But we were tasked to investigate why people can't leave town.
Yeah, I tried taking a card out. You know, we gotta collect. Gotta make some money here. So, did you find a way out yet? Did you find out who did it?
I mean, looks like it's whoever's in the creepy house that you can get to if you pay the 1 2 copper.
Well, 2 copper's not that bad. I got 15 gold waiting on the other side.
Good work. So far, we know it takes you to the creepy house. It shouldn't be.
Creepy house? Well, there's not been any building that I'm aware of. Who's seen the creepy house?
Scoobert starts
Just
to raise
me.
his hand, then realizes, no, never mind.
Just me and the plants and Beartholomew.
You and the plants. Then turns to look at you, Candy, before shifting from the dwarven woman to a slender, legged piece of candy corn. I could be delicious, if you'd like. Just share what you know.
Oh boy.
What I know that you play a little. It's a call and response. Were you ever in a choir? It's a call and response. You gotta go. You hear the knocking. You finish the tune. You end up at the house. And as far as referring to me as the plant, the only plant in this town is the man, as far as I can tell. Okay, so I don't accept that. I'm just letting you know. Anyways, it's a call and response. You hear the knocks. You knock back. You end up at the house. You don't know anything about that?
It's not something I've done to leave town before, but, you know, sometimes you gotta give a good performance, really make them happy before they let you leave.
Scoobert gulps.
Shaggiest pulls like the collar of his neck out a little.
So, are you prepared? Do you have proper protection?
Scoobert takes a plated hand gauntlet and bangs it on his chest.
Yep. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm gonna start touching random tools until some fall off and make a little bit of a mess, and I'll pick them up real quickly.
And Natada moves closer as you bend down to pick up the tools, you find them kneeling with you. Their hand just brushes the top of yours. You hear, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help."
Oh, me, are you trying to get laid right now? Because we can step into the next room real quick. I'm
Trying
just
to
saying.
keep up practice. Gotta make sure I get the best deals that I can.
Okay. Well, just, you gotta be careful who you do what to. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna do anything like that. That's not who I am.
Scoobert just starts pulling Shaggy by the legs, like, come
But
on.
you just gotta, you can't be talking to everybody all crazy like that.
Shaggiest, let's go. Like, so, which, Candy, you seem to have seen the most of this house. Is there a way that you think we would best be served to approach it? A certain direction?
You want to go at it from the front or the back?
I guess the front?
All right, then we got to go back over to the farmer's house. Which, by the way, Natato, you want to get my attention? You want to make a tip? Turn into something like that guy next time. He's a rock.
Into something like Morgan?
Oh, boy.
There's my man. You knew exactly what Mama wanted.
I will remember for next time.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just going to, blow some smoke in their direction as I walk away. It's affectionate.
All right. Creepy house. Does this mean we should be ready for a fight, or do you think we can talk to them and maybe get them to remove it, or?
Oh, I just saw a creepy house. Could be a fight. Could be talking.
Candy, do you have an opinion?
I don't know. Is anybody volunteering to go knock on the front door? Is that how we want to play this?
Scoobert immediately puts his finger to his nose.
Nose goes.
Put my fingers in my nose.
I mean, Beartholomew and I can knock on the front door, but that's, not always a good reception.
What, this lovable lug?
And Scoobert will go over. And,
Is it okay if I pet? Can you talk?
and we'll look at Beartholomew.
No, he's a bear. He can't talk.
Can I pet him?
I give the puppy dog eyes.
Mm,
Please.
yeah, all right.
And I'll just gently ruffle behind Bartholomew's ears and then feed him a piece of jerky.
Don't tell anybody. But if you find chocolate, let me have some. It's you and me. We're in this together. Bartholomew, I'm sorry. I don't speak bear.
And so we'll head over back to Borgen's, and Scoobert will pull out 2 copper coins to pay the toll.
Same.
Okay. So,
And then also answer with a knock, like Candy said, but just hedging his bets.
okay. So, who's knocking, who's paying the toll, and who's doing both?
I'm paying the toll, but I'm not knocking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm paying the toll, but I'm not knocking.
Okay. Candy?
Candy's standing about 10 feet back, just watching everybody throw their money on the ground.
Fair.
Are you gonna pick it up afterwards?
Candy, you watch as Scoobert and Sporalina knock in response and make their way through into the forest. Shaggiest and Theo, can you roll me a D100, please? Theo, your theory proves correct once more as your 2 coins clank together just appropriately, and you make your way into the woods. And Shaggiest, you find yourself on the other edge of town.
Okay, I guess I'll go through and pay the toll again.
Okay. So go ahead. You can roll another D100 to see if it'll trigger. You feel yourself fighting resistance as you step through. And you have about a minute before you pop through on the other edge of the field. So In that time, Candy, everyone is gone. All their coins scatter the ground.
When Shaggiest comes back, I'm picking up the last of everybody's money and pocketing it. And I go, so what'd you try and pay on that side too? And then I knock and go through.
Oh, I'll follow her knock then and try doing a knock.
Okay. Yeah, knocking in response, you immediately get through and find that you are all back together within the forest, standing outside a broken and battered house, separated into two parts. So there is one building here and one building to the south.
There's not a single deck here. This house sucks. It's not for partying.
Can I cast Read Aura?
Are you choosing the house as your object?
Yeah, that's what I want to do, but I can't really see it on the map here. Oh, yeah. Okay, I want to detect magic, I guess, on just the house.
Okay. So you target the house and begin to seek out the magic that is sustaining it. And as you do, you hear several doors inside opening. And just for a moment, in the window in front of you, a figure flashes into view before fading away again. And you just hear...
As soon as that happens, my hands turn into claws, and I'm looking around like, ready. I'm ready.
Sporaline lets out a little, like, huh, but then, like, also a big puff of spores comes out of her head.
That's awesome.
What? Did you see that too, Sporlita?
Yeah, I saw something. I saw something in there. A bunch of baying noises, too.
Can I take make a perception roll to, like, just look around, at least on the outside? And
Yeah,
then,
go
like,
ahead.
stick my head into the window to, like, look on the inside.
So, the outside of the house is faded maple and oak, broken in pieces to indicate that the house seems to have deteriorated of its own age. It would at least be 200 years old, easily, from the wear. Or at least 200 years since it was last occupied. Inside the main room, you see a broken door leading to the main hallway. Tipped over is a candelabra where the central candle flickers with a light flame. A standing iron suit sits on the northern wall, just aside of some freshly broken cobwebs, next to a pile of books.
I'm gonna pull up. How dark is it in there? I mean, you said there was a light on, right?
Yes,
Then,
there is a single light right here, and I can
Okay.
add that to the map.
But is it enough to illuminate over here in this area?
It is not enough to illuminate that section of hall, but you can see because there is light outside.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a torch. I'm gonna cast light on it, and I'm gonna try to throw it into the doorway.
You cast light on the torch and then toss it out here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oof.
As he does that, Scoobert will scamper in after his squire.
My squire.
Do we just not use doors now? Can we,
I was just imagining that I was poking my head and, like, maybe parts of my torso in through one of the broken windows.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, it looks clear. There's a candle that's lit, and there's a...
what the fuck was that?
What was that?
I'm asking you. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. You were standing right in front of me. What was it?
I don't know. Can I make a roll to see if I can recognize what kind of creature that was that just came by? What roll would that be?
I'll keep your perception check. And you recognize the creature as a gnoll in a ragged and torn cloak.
I think it's a ghost gnoll.
A ghost gnoll?
A goal.
Is that better or worse than a regular gnoll? Because the regular ones will eat you, but the ghost ones are, like, can't touch you, so...
Yeah, I think that's worse.
It's worse that they can't eat you?
Yeah, dude, like... I mean, at least with a regular gnoll, you can fight them.
Yeah,
know?
what if the ghost gnoll can get into your body and then make you eat yourself?
I don't think my teeth are strong enough for that.
Auto-cannibalism. It's a thing. Look it up.
Okay, I'm going in, and I'll jump through the window. Can I jump through the window?
I would also like to jump through the window.
Did you not hear my previous comment about doors?
Doors are for suckers.
I say his Beartholomew, and I also jump through the window.
I'm gonna go look at this suit of armor and, like, touch it with a finger. Like, tap on it. I'm gonna do the shave and a haircut, see if something does the
God.
2 bits.
Oh,
Okay.
And Candy, I want to know, and maybe it's too late for this, but I want to. Is there a role that because you said earlier that we're familiar with the forest? Is there a role that I can do to determine if it seems like this house has just been planted into mysterious, like, has the house mysteriously appeared in a forest we're familiar with, or is this area of forest like a pocket dimension sort of thing?
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Okay.
Also, real quick, while she's doing that, what happened with the detecting magic and reading aura? I don't know if we ever got an answer for that.
So,
The door slammed.
yeah, detecting magic didn't actually trigger anything magical, but something sensed the probing that Sporalina was doing. And with a 17 nature check, while the trees surrounding the house look similar to those of the forest around you, they have, as you study them, unnatural sections of growth. Parts where the bark is stretched thin, like somebody pulled on the top of a tree and it reacted like silly putty.
Okay. All right. I've been checking things out, guys. 'Cause I just was thinking maybe we just torch the house and then the villagers use the knock-knock system to get out of town, but it seems like this is a kind of a special place. This is not typical forest. We're in kind of a little... Seems like we're in sort of a special place. This isn't just part of the normal woods.
It's only special because
Yeah,
you're
behind you.
here.
Oh,
God!
Ah!
The fuck?
Who's throwing their voice? Who's throwing their voice whispering in my ear?
How do you throw a voice? Isn't it
Oh.
to you?
You throw very carefully, of
No,
course.
no.
I'm going to get behind Scooby.
Yeah, Scoobert will draw their picks and
What
be
do-
ready.
what are you gonna do with that? If it's a ghost, you're just gonna, like, wave him menacingly?
Yeah.
What about, I mean, what about the bards? You can do magic, right? Can you talk to the dead?
Let me see what I got in my repertoire.
Yeah, this dog's just over here picking fights.
Oh, hey. And you're gone.
Hey, you wanna hit the spliff, buddy? I'll look around. Holding it out. Shakily behind Scoop.
I don't really have any.
There is no
Bard doesn't
change to the joint.
I
There's
can
what?
ready a magic missile to fire out when he pops up again. That's about.
Will that work on a ghost?
Yeah, why don't you go check the hallway real quick?
That's just a good question.
Yeah,
Can I
You
roll like
might
a-
find they're
Oh my God.
hauntingly accurate. And you are holding an action to cast Magic Missile?
Actually, I'm gonna hold an action to cast Daze.
Okay. So, as you cast Daze, your magic reaches out to this figure standing next to Theo. And where you would anticipate finding a mind to influence, you find nothing.
Okay. You guys are right. It's ghost business. All right, we're dealing with the ethereal.
All right. Let me see what I can remember about ghosts.
Okay. I rolled a 26 to see what I know about ghosts.
Ghost. So Scoobert, you know enough about ghosts to know that there would be some kind of trail, some indicator of their movement as they move about the space. And yet, there's not quite any reaction here. There's no cold trail. There's no signs of ectoplasm. There's no felt movement, not even a stir of the wind. You could say it's deathly still.
God damn it.
Hmm.
It's just fucking bad jokes all night.
Okay,
We need to keep moving. Everyone, get together. Let's go.
I got something I could do, but everybody's got to get the hell out of the way.
Okay.
I mean, what does he even do? Plot us to death?
He could punish us.
Your punishment must be more severe.
Whatever. We see right through you.
What the fuck is that from?
Bane.
Thank you.
Hey, look! I found the front door.
I definitely want to move with the.
With the gang.
Okay.
This room looks pretty weird.
That's because it's the only one with a rug.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
gonna
why it
take
looks weird.
a look around with an 18 perception.
Okay. So you look about the room to see shattered shelves and a broken desk. What was once an ornate study full of books and clearly a place of learning is now devoid of any kind of life. Do you think they learned a lesson about this place?
Shaggiest, don't look now.
I stand stark still. This is so creepy. Is there anything at all to of note in here with my 18 perception? I'll take however long it takes to look.
Okay. So yeah, going through the room, you can find different notes about creating pockets of magic, creating places to exist on your own, and then a final note indicating how to inflict those spaces on others.
Well, you think we got put in a pocket dimension, the whole village?
It seems that way.
That would take so much magical energy, right?
I Shaggiest, you've never seen me cast a spell in my life. Like I don't fucking know.
I mean, this is out
Somebody's
of my,
definitely done their homework.
This is out of my wheelhouse here.
It's a
Are
fucking
you
nerd.
saying you're
I-
spell struck?
I swing.
Okay. Take a swing.
That's a 30.
That is a 30. And as your pick digs in, you see the form of the knoll tear apart at the center as the illusion fades away.
Ah, good. He killed a ghost. Good job.
It did do a thing.
And I'm going to need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative.
No. Have we been put into initiative yet?
Yes.
Oh, I'm rolling real good.
I mean, not as good as me.
Didn't you just roll a 1?
Yeah, see?
Oh, mine wasn't being sarcastic. I am actually rolling good.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 19 and then a 17.
Let's go.
Cam's killing it over here.
Yep.
And speaking of, Scoobert, can you go ahead and make a will save for me, please?
Absolutely. That is a 25.
That is a success. You feel a familiar effect as your mind starts to cloud over, and you shake it away in a fit of adrenaline with thoughts of chocolate.
If I get out of here, surely they'll have to give me chocolate.
They must give you chocolate now.
Did I see anything cast this, or did I hear where it came from?
You can see just in the hall behind you as the figure forms. And then begins to move off down the hall. And Candy, it is your turn.
Okay, alright. I would like to use my full action. Yeah. I'd like to use my full action to cast Concordant Choir at, I guess it's not a level 3, but I'm using all 3 actions
Okay.
just to cast Concordant Choir. Yeah, I'll in a 10-foot burst. So can I just aim it, I guess, more towards the wall side of the knoll and do a level 2 then? Or
Yeah, so a 2-action cast, and they fail.
okay. So that will be 7 damage.
Alright, so the visible knoll cultist across from you rips apart as it fades away in this burst of song and energy from you before another takes form and you just hear as it dies.
And that's what they call the Monster Mash.
They did a mish. Alright, Scoobert of House Dew.
Since I don't see any enemies, I will delay.
Okay. Shaggiest.
I will also delay until I see or hear enemies.
Okay.
Can I take my last action to just get as
yes.
close? Because I only used 2. I want to get closer to the group.
Okay. Alright, so that brings us to our Knoll cultist, who takes form as its haggard jaws reach out towards you. As it bites in, you take 1 point of cold damage, before you start to hear a more sinister laugh in the background. Do you think this is all that we have to offer here?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't see any potty favors.
You don't even have a single dick.
no. You intend for a party. I intend to consume a party. Do what you will. You cannot kill me in any way that matters.
Well, why don't you come over here and let's figure that out, huh? Buddy? Pal?
Is this voice within 30 feet of me?
Yes, it is.
I know what square they're in. If they
Okay.
have a smell. Yeah, if they have a smell, I know where they are. Okay.
You make out the scent of a figure in this location.
Okay. That doesn't mean I see them. I just know that, like, what square they're in.
You smell their stank.
Yep, so does Beartholomew.
Nice.
I just wasn't going to ask until my turn.
Yeah. Oh, I delayed. It's the only reason I did this time. I
Yeah.
would like to step back into the initiative if there's nothing else.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stride forward 15 feet and double slice at that square. That is a 22 to hit and a 28 to hit.
Okay, so that is a hit and a critical hit. Go ahead and make your flat check. Fingers crossed. For me, mostly.
Yeah. The first one will miss.
Hey.
The second one will also miss.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
All right.
Can I get in the initiative?
Yeah. Scoobert, you hear laughter coming from in front of you.
I'm gonna get you. I'm getting ready for a scrap.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can't hurt me in any way that matters.
This is 20 feet, and I will move here for 25.
Okay.
I saw that you were swinging there.
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Ignition. 14.
14 would miss.
Okay. That's me. So that's all three of my actions. And as I move here, I'm gonna say that you smell, and your upper lip smells, and I think you should shower. Since he says I can't hurt him in any meaningful way, we're gonna see about that.
I see. You're just warming up. And you begin to feel the temperature of the room drop. As more and more presences can be felt. So, for Scoobert, you find 3 additional presences in the space.
Okay.
But Theo, it's your turn.
Okay. Does Beartholomew still smell the guy in the same square?
Yeah. This guy is also visible.
Yeah, but I just saw him bite someone for, like, frostbite.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Alright, Bartholomew, aid me. And he's gonna clamber over here.
Dum 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 dum.
Then I will hunt prey on him. Then I'm going to use hunted shot on him.
Okay.
And since my bear is next to him, if either of these hit, I do an additional 1d8 damage.
Okay.
Jeez, Nick, come on, get your shit together, bud.
What do you want from me? I can't see him.
Just don't roll a 1.
Yeah, Bartholomew, you gotta be a little more precise with that tense there. Just a little.
Your team is just unbearable. I'm going to die of laughing before you hurt me.
Great. Sounds good.
And moving up behind you, a creature takes form as it reaches out to strike and bite at you. You take 1 point of cold damage as this figure bites into you. You just hear...
Fuck, did you just kinda... That's gross, man.
And Sporaline, it's your turn.
Okay. Why is this guy so mad at us? I'm gonna acid splash this fucker. Am I close enough to do that? Looks like I am, yeah. The one in front of me?
Yeah, and as your acid flings across into this gnoll's chest, you see it dissolve away into a small blue pool at your feet.
And that's the fungus among us.
Oh God.
That's the only thing I can think of.
You begin to hear grumbles of annoyance in front of you. You know it takes time to create those things. You're wasting my entire weekend.
I thought you said we couldn't hurt you in any way.
Oh, you can't hurt me, but it's an annoyance, so this is how we deal with annoyances.
Nice.
Alright, so Scoobert and Candy, you both saved. Everyone else takes 8 points of necrotic damage.
Was the 24 a critical success or just a success?
28 is a critical success, 24 is just a success.
So it'd be half damage.
Okay, so 4 points to Candy, and 8 points to everyone else except Scoobert, who is ridiculous.
I'm gonna get you, I swear.
Perhaps you will, but come along now. Aren't you just wasting time here? And Candy, it is your turn.
I'm going to cast Shield on myself. Yeah, I'm gonna move here for now and draw my short bow. Let me click that.
Okay. So that brings us to Scoobert.
Scoobert, envisioning malice in their mind, is going to use their potency crystals on their picks and go ahead and double slice this creature.
Double slice.
So 19 for a 30?
19
See,
for a 30.
I keep myself at 3, so you can keep yourself at 19.
Scoobert, your picks begin to glow as your tongue lolls out of your helmet and just swings away, cutting through the head and chest of this figure and tearing almost shadows out of their body as you make contact. And though you hit, they laugh slightly.
Yeah, just wait, pal. Don't you worry. I got more.
And Shaggiest, it is your turn.
Okay. I will gouging claw this guy.
I want to use my claw.
I do.
5 points of damage as your claw sinks in, and you do see the gnoll flinch back ever so slightly.
And I will cast a glass shield on myself.
All right. Surrounding you, Scoobert, another knoll appears behind you, reaching out with its jaws, but failing to sink in, as it instead passes through you, unable to cross from the ethereal plane to the material plane. As another runs behind Shaggiest, and Shaggiest, you take 2 points of cold damage as a small howl goes up amongst the knolls. Alright, and Theo, it's your turn.
Alright, Beartholomew, you gotta help me out a little more here.
Yeah, so your first shot rips through, and as the arrow takes purchase, you see Beartholomew just reach up almost daintily, grabbing the fletching at the end before leaning back and shoving it deeper, pushing his whole muzzle into the knoll.
Yep, just like that.
You hear a heavy thud on the ground, and a humanoid figure lays beneath a ragged cloak. As the illusions all around you begin to vanish.
You think we got him?
Scoobert raises both picks over his head.
Oh, cool. If we're doing a pulse check, I will cast ignition on him.
I mean, there's no need to start a fire in the creepy burnt down. I mean, the house is kind of dead wood, fires.
Huh?
You see the house begin to fade around you.
Oh, well, I guess it's fireproof.
The floors and walls shifting into the ethereal plane, or at least so it appears, as they fade out of vision, and you find yourself standing amidst the trees. A human man laying beneath a ragged cloak looks up and looks almost through all of you as he attempts to see what's around him. You hear a rattle of words. You're never alone if there are trees.
See, I told you it was druids.
You give us a bad name.
And the air gasps out as the body slumps into death.
So, was that a man pretending to be a gnoll, pretending to be a ghost?
Pretending to be multiple other gnolls. I think so. I think you have the gist of it there.
I'm gonna pull out another spliff and light it up.
Candy,
This is wild.
Candy, you seem like you know more things. Have you ever seen some shit like this?
I haven't seen anything like this, but I can tell you one thing: you sure shucked that guy's corn.
God damn it.
Maybe that was it. I was gonna say, could I do an occultism check? But the house is kind of fading and stuff, so I don't know how useful that's gonna be at this point.
Go ahead. That's what we're here for.
Let me
You gotta
just
heal
get to the right tab.
Nobody.
That's a critical failure. You're gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cam.
I wasn't injured.
For 15.
You are now.
What is it, 1d8 or 1d6?
Yeah.
Shaggiest, what are you doing? I'm fine.
Hang on there. I need to check your pulse.
He got high and started to sew you up? Okay.
Sorry. Let me
I
try.
went that entire fight without getting hurt.
I'll battle medicine you. This time.
No, please,
Critical
please.
fail. There we go. All right.
What did with the 15? What did Candy learn?
So, looking around the space where the house was, and checking over this figure's body, you find several odd symbols. A carved gnoll's tooth, almost like scrimshaw, is set on a necklace. And you see the floor plan of the house. Before coming across several scrolls written in odd languages, all of them bearing similar scribbles, before you find one that just says, "Trespass into the lands of the gods."
Do the trees look the same as they did before?
No, the trees are restored. You
Okay.
are on a familiar game trail.
Great. I know this wood's like the back of my pack of cigarettes.
It kills me every time. Wait, can I see that scroll real quick? I'm not sure if that translation is correct. I think it also says like and subscribe to the channel for more content, maybe?
You goddamn
don't
right it does.
But yeah. I think mission accomplished.
And a little banner will drop down behind Scoobert. And
No, that banner's when we just want to feel good about ourselves, but we didn't actually achieve anything.
Oh, right.